Welcome back, players. As always, it's time to gamify your life. If you're new here or you've been here before and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, do me a favor, do that now. Let me know it's real and this content is something that you can feel. Also, turn on your notifications so you can be updated and alerted when we drop in this game. Today's discussion, fellas, it's going to take more than some money for you not to be a dummy. It's going to take more than a little bit of change to make change. You may be bringing in the bacon, but the heart of your family is breaking. So let's get into this clip.
I remember in that time period that I was telling you about, where the people were trying to take me from my family. And talk about all the money I made. I said something very hurtful to my father. I said, well, I'm the one making all the money. He said, very calmly, there's a lot more that goes into leading a family than making some money. He didn't scream at me. He didn't berate me. He just said that and walked off.
And walked the fuck off, because he was like, I ain't gonna be arguing with somebody standing in front of me with some big ass sleeves. But no, for real, it takes more than some money to lead a family. So it's important, players, to get your shit together, not only financially, physically, mentally, and emotionally. It takes more than some change to be the main, man. How well can you lead? How well can you communicate with your family on different levels? You see, a lot of us start talking this talk where, hey, you know, I'm out here getting the bacon, and the woman is supposed to stay home and raise the children. Yeah, it makes sense in a certain degree. But then at the same time, y'all put up the argument and say, hey, there's no man in the house, and that's the reason why shit is fucking up. There's no man in the house, so that's the reason there's no structure. But if you are working all the time, how are you spending the time? How well can you connect with the children? Because it's not just a woman's job to nurture the children. I don't know where you get this nonsense from. It's a union. Both of you have something to give. Both man and woman have value that need to be displayed. So as a man, you should be regularly interacting with your children, not just throwing money at the woman or paying child support. That's not gonna cut it when you just working somebody into your budget. So it's important that we learn how to open our capacity so we can be more, so we can do more. So not only can we benefit ourselves, but we a benefit to others. Because sometimes your woman might need that shoulder to lean on. Sometimes your children may need your confidence to thrive on. And both need you to communicate well and stand on business so they can have a person to believe and rely on. And personally, I feel like all these roles are interchangeable. I think everyone should be a strong link in the family. Because a lot of the shit people be saying, it sound good on paper, but then life happens. Men talk about women staying in the house just to cook and clean. That sounds cool, but then sometime that man is not taking care of himself. He's not taking care of his health. Then he's out the picture. And then that family struggles because that woman didn't know how to go out there and get it. She wasn't able to develop that ambition. So for me, I want my woman strong, physically, mentally, emotionally. Know how to scrap, know how to bust her gun, and know how to hold it down when I'm not around. And as a guy, yeah, you can go out there and get the bacon, but if your woman leaves you with the children, whether she's out the door or by death, can you cook? Can you clean? Can you bring enough love out your heart that your children may need? Because remember, your family is only as strong as its weakest link, and the children are not off the hook. Your children should be on the road of getting physically fit, mentally tough, emotionally resilient, and financially stable as well. Because the reality is, your ass might not be there all the time. The reality is, sometimes both the mother and father wind up out the picture and the child is there alone with their siblings. But if you have a child and you're teaching them to be self-efficient, you're not just giving them fish, you're teaching them to fish. This gives them a different perspective on life and they know their position. So I think we gotta reconstruct our thought process and our family vision. And that's how I'm rolling. Everybody falls in line. Everybody physically fit, mentally tough, emotionally resilient, and financially stable and able. So if one of us fall, somebody is fully capable of picking up the pieces. Because in reality, some days you're gonna be operating on 30%. and your wife is gonna need to bring the other 70. Some days your children, they're gonna be operating at a 20%, and you're gonna need to bring that other 80. But the most important part to realize is, are you capable of bringing the other percent that your family needs? So we gotta open our capacity to be more, to do more, to have more, so we can benefit not only ourselves, but those around us as well. As always, stay sturdy, my people.